Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 9 Soviet cruiser, Dmitri Donskoi. She has 12 main guns, 12 secondary guns, 76 AA guns, 10 torpedoes, a top speed of 36 knots, total health 43,400. For my modules, reduce crit chance on main battery, increase main battery accuracy, rate of fire, reduce the chance of flooded fire, faster rudder shift, concealment. For my commander, situation awareness, basic survivability, basic firing training, faster turret, traverse, superintendent, advanced firing training, and concealment again. We are on the map Northern Lights, and we're in a Soviet cruiser. Now, my criteria was not do a tier 10, because it's the tier 10. My criteria is play all the ships, find out which one you enjoy, and have a really good game in it. I've played them all, I enjoy a lot of them, and it just so happens that I've gotten not one, but two games worthy of sharing, and the Donskoi, and it's going to be the Donskoi because I don't want to say the full name all the time. All stats are subject to change. You should expect something to change. It's rare that nothing changes from the pre-test to the full release, even a patch later. General highlights of it: it's a light cruiser line, high rate of fire, large amount of guns. The torpedo systems are generally used for protection only. Most of the line has a 4-kilometer range torpedo, which you can't use that offensively. You would be insane. You have to cover a huge amount of distance in detection before using those torpedoes. You wouldn't do that. So you would only use it if a target got really close to you and they gave you the opportunity. The tiers 8, 9, and 10 lack aircraft. You cannot put a fighter or a scout aircraft. So what do you get instead? You get this radar skill, which is pretty awesome. It is a skill that goes out to 11 kilometers effective range. It lasts for 20 seconds, and while the skill is up, you can see around islands, in smoke, up to the range of the skill, 11 kilometers. It is extremely strong at taking care of those destroyers that want to sit in smoke and shell you. So what are the downsides? Well, detectability. It's bad. It's really bad. Full concealment build, I only match my Iowa in detectability. Match it. Yes, you will be seen before anyone else on your team pretty much all the time. Destroyers will have at least double their detectability to decide what to do with you. Your armor is okay. It's not really bad. It's not really good. Most of the ships sit really high in the water, and you know what that means. It's a lot easier to land shells at a broadside target that sits high in the water. Speaking of sitting high in the water, we've got an Atlanta, and he has, for whatever reason, gone completely stationary, and we fire on him with HE. We switch to AP because he's completely broadside. And it looks like it's going to be good. Oh, it is good. 13,000 points of damage. I'll take that. We got 2 citadels. We knock out his propulsion. He had used damage control on the fire, and we miss. We let him a little bit too much. He doesn't have last stand. Are you crazy, Notser? Oh, friendly fires on him. Please don't take it. Come on, we can do it. Did we hit him? Yeah, we let him too much, though, but we hit him and killed him. Enemy Pensacola is going towards D. Don't worry, I'll use radar. It'll be used. If you don't see radar in either one of these games, I will have a little extra clip because it is quite funny. Absolutely nobody knows how it works. It's like, wow, what? I'm detected. I can't be detected. You just see them squirming. Come on, Pensacola, show yourself. Hopefully he's showing his side. He's outside of my range for the radar, that's why I'm not using it. I figure I'll just see him as I come around the corner. It can see behind islands. So, fully balanced. Enemy Pensacola showing. We would not have had the range anyway, so it would have been a waste. He's trying to reorient and we miss. I just thought he would continue forward. It was a bad shot. It was a bad shot. But now he's like, oh, there's an enemy right in front of me, so I'm going to fire. I'm ready to return fire. There we go. We get a Citadel on the front half. Probably 8, 9k. He looks like he's softening his angle ever so slightly. And we get another Citadel. We take him out. We get 2 Citadels. Nice. And we're able to avoid most of the damage. I'm just going to skip this part. We're going to capture D. Nobody's going to attack us around D. We're going to move towards the gap. We're not going to run into anyone for a little while. So that's why, of course, it's going really fast. So, defensive fire is actually pretty strong in the Soviet cruiser line. It starts around 7 or 8, where their AA rating is actually impressive. I guess Wargaming felt like since they don't have access to the aircraft, they're going to give up a little bit of power when you compare it to all the other cruiser lines. And since a cruiser is supposed to be the anti-aircraft class, they can't give up that much. So it feels like they're probably the strongest baseline AA, whereas the Americans have probably 95% of that AA rating plus the aircraft that provides so much use. The fighter really does help you defend yourself and your teammates. It provides the inaccuracy debuff, and it does a little bit of damage. So it is nice. We're engaging this Colorado. He is moving towards us, pretty neutral. Enemy aircraft are also on approach, and you'll get to see how effective this AA is. I'm choosing to hold defensive fire for the torpedo bomber, obviously. It's a huge threat. The enemy Colorado showing full broadside. We're sticking with HE. We want to light the target on fire. There we go. 4,100 with just the front guns. That's pretty good. And we got a fire. Our back guns are still rotating. The speed of the turrets is very, very nice. Much faster than the Mogami. It's around German cruiser level speed. So you can take advantage of the rate of fire buff, which I did. Here comes some more shells. Be careful. More fires. 5,000 points of damage. He's probably going to use... No, he can't. He doesn't have it. Wow, I think he has 2 or 3 fires. We're just trying to look to get a little bit more damage. Defensive fire has worn off, unfortunately. The torpedo bombers are not on direct approach, but I was afraid they might come for me. So I'm trying to stay as neutral as possible, of course. We haven't really found an opportunity to use the radar, since all of these ships have been at pretty good range. No token destroyer sitting in smoke to appear in front of us. We get another fire, just burning down the house. It's just fantastic. It really does feel great. And here come the torpedoes on approach. So we're going to angle our stern. We're going to continue to do as much damage as we can to the Colorado, who hasn't really done anything to us. And our AA is really strong. No defensive fire. We pretty much wipe out the entire squadron. I think he does get 2 or 3 torpedoes in the water against the North Carolina. Hopefully, he'll be fine. I believe the Colorado is going to burn down. I'm just going to send out one more salvo to confirm. Any second, he's probably going to try and put it out. And we just don't want to allow him an opportunity. Yeah, he burns down. We earn arsonist, which is awesome. And we've killed like 17 aircraft. Very helpful to the team. The aircraft are trying to retreat with a fighter group on top of them. I think we're able to kill it. I hope we did. That would be awesome if we did. The dive bomber is going towards the North Carolina. I'm in range. We take out 1. Wow. So we're going to engage the North Carolina at long range. Looks like a torpedo bomber is going to try and attack the North Carolina on my team. I am just barely in range, but I don't think we're going to be able to take out any of the aircraft in time. Friendly does a huge shot on the North Carolina. He's barely alive. Here we go. Perfect example. There's an enemy destroyer attacking us. We're going to use our radar, and boom, he's visible now. You'll notice that he's going to move towards this island, and oh, what is this? We still see him behind the island. Yes, this skill is pretty awesome. Look at him, he's just sitting there. He actually came to a complete stop behind the island. While that's going on, I can't engage him. I was going to fire on the North Carolina, but the friendlies had to kill him real fast. So it's just the Fletcher and the aircraft carrier. We still have torpedo bombers straggling in to attack my friendly battleship. It'd be really nice if this Fletcher would show himself. He's just at the edge of that island. I know it. We're getting closer. And, oh, there he is. Okay, he chooses to show himself. Now, I think I recognize this name. I believe this is a viewer. He doesn't know I'm killing him, of course. He will know whenever this video goes up. But we're going to try. And he's just on the other side of that island. We'll have our chance. Look at the radar, though. It's got a really long cooldown. You basically should try and eliminate a target each time you have the cooldown up. You can't really use it as often as you would like, so whatever it is used, you need to make the most of it. You need to know that there's a target in range and ready to kill. And he tried. No, that's not going to work on me. I was trying to adjust my speed with the expectation that torpedoes could be a possibility, and of course they are. That's one set, though. There's another. Oh, there we go. The Fletcher has now used both of his torpedoes, and the aircraft carrier has a torpedo bomber on approach. I'm going to use my defensive fire and hopefully wipe him out before he has a chance. He notices. He's pulling back. You see him? Yeah. Don't want to mess with that. We might as well try and capture B, but it's not my goal. My goal is to kind of bait the Fletcher back towards me. Oh, he tries to fire. He is visible to us, so we're going to return fire. Got to make it as accurate as possible. And I'm trying to avoid the Fletcher. I don't want to take any extra damage. And the aircraft carrier, he doesn't have it timed out quite right. We take out his dive bomber. And are we going to take out the torpedo bomber before he drops? No, he's going to get it in the water. Okay, can we get it before it escapes our effective range? The Fletcher, of course, is taking advantage of him. Yes, now we have denied him the scouter. If the Fletcher wants to continue doing damage to us, he will have to leave smoke. Now, we could rush him. His torpedoes were recently used. They probably will be up before we actually close that distance, though. So where is he going to go? We're detected by aircraft. Don't see it yet. Oh, we're actually detected by the ship. I think he left the smoke just a little bit too early. We had enough time to fire on his position. We fire both our front and one of the back. And we land 3 shots on the enemy Fletcher. Don't know how much damage we did. We actually destroy that aircraft before it even gets a chance to drop its bombs or torpedoes. I didn't really catch what it was. I don't care, he's dead. The Fletcher, of course, detects us, and he sent torpedoes. Plenty of room. We're not going to hit those. We're not going to hit these. We can continue pushing forward. 40 seconds left on my radar. It might be up before the game ends. It's going to be close, though, I think. Maybe the Fletcher will just show himself. That would be great. Just come towards my ship and allow me to kill you. Don't have any idea where the enemy aircraft carrier is. All of the aircraft so far have come from the west. That's really all we know, though. So I'm just going to continue going after the Fletcher. Now, the game's not going to end before we have the opportunity to use radar. We are definitely going to use it immediately. And I have my guns ready to go. I'm hoping he's somewhere out there. Won't have to spend too much time. Oh, yeah, great. He's right in front of us. 7.5 kilometers. I'm sure every single destroyer is shocked whenever they get detected. What? I didn't fire. What is doing this? It's like magic, right? Yeah. We take out his propulsion, but we don't really do much damage with the first salvo. We fire another one. Unfortunately, radar's already gone. Just like that. It's a really small window where you get to benefit from it. But that window happens to be the most impactful window I've ever seen put in the game. It's on the level of defensive fire, but it applies to pretty much every single ship, and it cancels out entire strategies. So that was a pretty good game, I'd say. The numbers are going to be completely off, but we got 3 kills, Arsonist, 5 Citadels, and we did a pretty good job of helping our team win the game. We earned 2,508 base XP. We did around 90,000 points of damage. I'm very satisfied with this game. Hopefully you enjoyed this one, but it's not the only one. We're going to have another game in the Donskoi. So this is the Donskoi on the map Trap. Same build as before. Look at the deployment though. None of the destroyers chose to go for B. I told them, please can we take B? There's nobody on the enemy team trying to take it. You should really try and take it. And that's what they're going to do. They've already successfully captured C, and A is actively being contested. I was hoping some destroyer would be silly enough to go into B. I would have the opportunity to use radar, and we could eliminate him right off the bat. But nobody took the bait. So we got to do the next best thing. Help cap B. After B, I was considering, should I go for C or go for A? We really don't have anyone over by C. So I'm going to start heading towards A. Maybe with the assistance of the friendlies that are already in the area, 6, all of our battleships, we can overwhelm and destroy the enemy. We're detected, of course, because our detection isn't that good. That's okay. That probably means one of the enemy destroyers is close. So I take a shot in the dark. I use radar and it doesn't work out in my favor. We actually gain 0 information from that use, and that's the risk reward. With defensive fire, you see the aircraft. They can pull back, of course, but you'll probably get a little bit of damage on them. But with radar, if you interpret it incorrectly, you've just wasted probably the strongest skill in the game, and you've got to wait 4 minutes before you can use it again. So we've got a Pensacola. We're going to try and engage him. He's going around the island though. Maybe we can catch a little bit of him. Just barely. Barely caught. We also set him on fire, so we're probably going to force out damage control. Enemy York is visible, and we're going to try and engage him. It looks like he's actually not moving forward. He might actually be moving backwards. Yeah, I think he's moving backwards. So I got to lead him a little bit differently than I initially planned. As I'm working towards my ultimate goal, I was kind of deciding, should I go join my team or go for that gap and force out that enemy destroyer and just punish him? And at this point I'm like, okay, let's go for the gap. It looks like the enemy team has pretty much developed a strategy of staying behind the island. They can't really impact this engagement that's coming up. I have no idea what this enemy destroyer is about to do, and we are taking flanking fire from either the Nagato or the Hipper. Enemy Baltimore. Oh, there's the Fletcher. Okay. Well, he's coming right towards us. Showing a lot on his side. We should be able to get a little bit of it hit the water before making contact with the ship. But that's just fine. And he's actually aware of our presence now. Get another big shot. We actually destroy one of his guns. And I was a little worried. I was saying, you know what? Fletchers have torpedoes, right? Yeah, this is bad. And I was just trying to be as neutral as possible. Maybe minimize it to 1, 2. And it doesn't look like he has it. So I was going to try and look for a ram kill. But we weren't able to get it. Just barely. Trying to rotate the back guns in response to that close joust we just did. But we finish him off. And we're going to pull a Notser probably. He set 3 fires, by the way. I wait to just make sure that the torpedoes aren't going to magically pop up. It doesn't look like they are. We put out the fire, and we're going to back up slowly. So, what could I do? Well, I could continue to back up, attack this York that's very close. It looks like he's actually going to try and head for the gap. He has torpedoes. I have torpedoes. The range is irrelevant. It's just who gets it off, and am I going to be in a position to avoid the incoming torpedoes? I'm going to not do that. That's a little suicidal. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move away. I'm still going to try and make use of my torpedoes, and I'm going to get all my guns facing port. That way, if the torpedoes miss, I will have appropriate response in the form of 12 beautiful guns. Now we send our torpedoes because he is coming around. He's coming. He's going to use his torpedoes. We use ours. We set up. We fire HE. I switch to AP. We do 3,300. We cause a fire. We angle. And look at those ricochets. He thought he was going to be sly and have a broadside, but we were not going to give it to you. Instead, he's showing his side. 7,300. That's nice. The front guns are almost in position. He pulls a Notser. We somehow get the last shot. Someone did a huge amount of damage. We only did 500 with a Citadel, but we killed him. We can continue to use the AP against the Pensacola. He's only 8.3, and that York did try to torpedo. Not going to hit us, though. So our torpedoes were unsuccessful because the York saw it coming. But why did he not expect me to angle appropriately against his ship? That's a very interesting question. I would have tried to load HE until you could confirm the angling of the target. I really do believe you should make sure that you know the target is going to be broad before you load AP. You lose so much DPS. He only did like 500 because everything else ricocheted off me. Whereas I did 3,000 with HE. And then when I go to AP, I do 7,900, which is awesome. But there's really no chance that HE is going to fail at that range. Plus, maybe you knock out a module. That's useful. So yeah, just make sure you do damage to the target before you go all in on the AP. In this Pensacola, he's maneuvering. He can't avoid the death blow. Friendly battleship, I believe, got that kill. We transfer to the Baltimore. Enemies trying to capture B. We don't see who's capturing, so we know it's a destroyer. And we're doing a little bit of damage to the Baltimore. Very little damage. No fire. It's not really worth my time to continue chasing, so I'm going to try and head straight for B, while, of course, I will be firing on the Baltimore. Looking for a fire. That would be very useful. Enemy cruiser is moving into range of the friendly aircraft carrier. But we do have a friendly cruiser and a friendly destroyer that can attack him. And that cruiser is very close. He actually died right now. So that's good for the team. Other than the enemy team having 2 bases to R1, this is such a huge domination. And the Baltimore shows a lot of his side. Come on, get an HE shot on him. There we go, a fire. 5,700. And the island stops 50%. So we know, okay, we've done enough. Let's just focus on what's in front of us. We are detected, but we have been firing recently. Now, my radar is available. I could use it. There is that destroyer. Where could he be? We have a friendly aircraft carrier sending out torpedo bombers. Maybe he can detect him. I don't know. I don't know his intentions. Oh, he does. It's a Fletcher. He's within range of the radar. So I wait until the Fletcher's going to drop off detection because it doesn't look like he's firing. He actually chooses to pop his smoke. Okay, now we know he's going to try and hide. We can use our radar, and that's exactly what I do, and now he's detected. This is a hard detection. You can't avoid it unless you get out of range of the ability. You're probably not going to be able to do that before the ability itself stops detecting. My only counter to this would be don't panic. You want to do as best as you can to avoid incoming rounds, but realize it's not going to be up that long. See, it's already gone. He's disappeared. We do have the benefit of the extended detection that fires provide. You need to keep that in mind. It adds 2 kilometers basically on the detection of the ship whenever your ship is on fire. The more you know. And oh, he looks like we're going to land this shot and take him out. Yeah, we take out the Fletcher. Cool. So the Baltimore and then these 2 battleships. The Tirpitz is pretty low. We're going to continue to move into B, capture it, and try our best to get 1, maybe 2 kills. You know, if we're feeling special or whatever. Yeah, that wasn't very good. I want the fire. Give me the fire. The Tirpitz appears to be looking south, so that will work in our advantage, and he's moving away. There we go. We get 1 fire as he moves behind an island. Now, I don't know. Yeah, he has not put it out. Or he did. Maybe he just did. Interesting. And he's looking at us now. I don't really like this, but we're going to be able to capture. We had 2 friendly destroyers on the point. Fully secured. No fire. Okay, here we go. Okay, we got to reorient. So far, we're only using our front gun. And one thing I've noticed about this particular ship, the number 3 gun actually has a pretty reasonable angle. It can be useful in a lot of scenarios where the number 4 gun can't be. So maybe you would just have enough angling to bring the number 3 online versus having to get all 4. You show a lot of your side whenever you try to have all of them available. Now I switched to AP, trying to see if maybe a broadside against these battleships. They are showing a lot of their side. The enemy Baltimore is defeated. Now the Tirpitz, he was going behind an island. I can't really engage him. This is the only ship I can engage. Now, I think he's gonna, no, oh, I think the torpedoes stopped just short of the Tirpitz. An AP, not really a good ammo type for this. Maybe, and look, someone tries to, that's a giant island, okay? You can't shoot through the island. Oh no, this is gonna be straight on. Ooh, that was significant damage. These ships are a little fragile, I feel like. They take a little bit more damage than your average cruiser. Not too much, but you do feel like you're going to take... Oh, that was nice. That was an AP shot, I think. And of course, just as I do a lot of damage with AP, I switch to HE. Just the best timing, you know. But he's showing a lot of his side. We should be able... Yeah, look at this damage. That's pretty good. That's a lot of damage. Oh! That was close. He almost killed us right there. And we're trying to kill him before the game ends. Our tick rate, it's going to go. One more shot. Oh, we miss it. But we did earn Confederate. So close to that kill, man. We earned Confederate, 3 kills, a Citadel, 6 fires. You can't read anything on the credits, the XP. They don't exist for press accounts. We did 2,265 base XP. All right, I'll take that. We did around 75,000 points of damage. Sounds good to me. I hope you enjoyed both of these games. There's going to be plenty more Soviet cruisers. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.